Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. Man City win against Newcastle. Convincing win or not convincing win? We'll actually talk about it. Of course, we'll actually see what is going on. Arsenal tomorrow against North London Derby. That is the last chance for Arsenal to catch up to Man City. It's 2 points behind. Sharks for real, actually, today. City, actually, Nico O'Reilly start today. One of the best players now in the Premier League, Nico O'Reilly. Absolutely, the kid is doing wonders, of course. Phil Foden on the bench, that is different. Shirky off the bench, played through pass, fantastic. Chelsea fumble in the top 5 race. Man United, they got a chance now to separate themselves from Chelsea if they win against Everton. Hit the like button, people, if you guys are here. Subscribe to the channel if you know. I'm still fasting. I'll break my fast in about 10 minutes, actually. So hit that like button, people. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Where should we start, actually? We should start with the Chelsea game. Why are you up there? Gotta put the winners up there. The winners. The winners up there.
Which
feels so good to be top shelf.
We all know where you want to go with this stream, Mo. So get Chelsea talk out of the way. That's gonna be a short segment. We all know this is gonna be a bloodbath between the City contingency and the Arsenal contingency. So
I want to actually ask Marshall something, Marshall.
Yeah.
Why is guys, hit that like button, people, if you guys are here. Subscribe to the channel. Why are Chelsea players angry, bro? Listen, we talked about the football. Why are they angry? Why is Enzo Fernandez riled up from minute 1? Why is Andre Santos angry? Why are they angry, bro? What is wrong? What is wrong with these guys? Why is Delap angry? Why is Delap, since he came on the pitch, he wants to fight? Why are they angry? What is going on that makes these guys so angry and calm and not calm on the pitch? Why is Enzo Fernandez waiting for a hair of anybody to touch him for him to like fuck him up? Why? What is going on at Chelsea in this aspect?
I think there's a few things. I think if I was Enzo Fernandez and I had to see Malo Gusto try a no-look pass for a cross, I would fucking lose my shit too. If I had to deal with Tosin coming into the pitch and then he has no aerial ability whatsoever, I would be fed up too. Like, it's the thing is, there's a stat that is so damning that came out today. Chelsea have lost 19 points this season from winning positions.
I saw that.
I would be very frustrated if I was one of the senior players in that locker room, and we're working our asses off to get a win, and then we do stupid stuff in the back defensively to concede against a Burnley side. Listen, I wanted to come here with chest with the Arsenal fans because they dropped points to City. They were begging it. They were begging just to please. We want 3 points. We want 3 points, and then they concede the last minute winner, and then they walk away with 1 point. I can't even make fun of that because my team were doing the same thing at the end of that game. It's just damning. It's damning, and defensively we've looked crap. Nothing has really changed with the new manager. If anything, we look a little bit more open defensively. And it's just annoying. It's 3 points that we needed. It was an opportunity to take advantage of the fact that Villa dropped points as well. Now I'm hoping that United drop points so that gap doesn't widen. Like it's all a mess, man. It's a mess. And again, another red card. If you look at all our red cards on a grid, we look like a tic-tac-toe board, bro. It's ridiculous. We have 9 red cards this season. 9 red cards. We could play tic-tac-toe with our players, man. That's how many red cards we have. It's ridiculous, man. They look like a Connect 4 board when you put them all together.
You think Palmer is going to leave?
You have as many red cards as home wins.
It's bad. It's really bad.
Before we get, I've got something to say about Palmer. But
guys, it's too many of us. Guys, but the reason why we're too many is that by the time I texted someone, they didn't answer. I texted somebody else, so I couldn't. You know what I mean? That's hence this is what happened. We can. Ahmed, you were going to say something about Chelsea.
No, but like the way he's saying, like, I don't think this is a surprise that they've dropped points. Shouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah.
You know,
and
the reason why I say that, the reason why I say that is that they've got a pattern with struggling against the smaller teams. If you look at the way how they played against West Ham, I know they won that game, but they stuck it on them. Pretty sure they dropped points against Leeds, dropped points to Bournemouth. There's a few other teams.
We were playing horribly the whole time. It actually caught up to us today.
Yeah, exactly right. So I've watched you guys under Rosenior, and I'm not the type of guy yet to start saying, oh, because you know how everyone was like kind of cooking him the way how he was coaching. I was like, you know, let me see what he's about. And he just seems like a decent manager, decent coach, like nothing really extravagant like that. And I'm watching you from minute 0 to minute 90 on a consistent basis. And you've got some decent players, but some of them aren't really that great. I just think with you guys, with how you set out, it's just your ceiling as a club. I've said it for a long time. It's like top 5, innit? Top 6, top 5. Maybe you can sneak yourself in that 4th position if you can. But I don't think you should be surprised.
Ceiling.
You know,
how is the ceiling top? How?
It's the reason why it is only top.
You don't think they have good players?
I mean, they've got some good players like Reece James, Cole Palmer, Caicedo, but there's a lot of players that aren't actually that great either. They're wingers in particular, barring Esteval.
Yeah,
you know, they're number 9.
Neto have had enough GA this season to play for any of the top clubs.
Brennan Johnson got a lot of GA.
The last 2 games he's been good, Mo, but other than that, GA's been covering up a lot of bad performances.
So can I say something very quickly? I just think Chelsea are a very immature team. Like
that's part of it too.
They're an immature team. It is what it is. It's the red cards are a byproduct of an immature team, and I'm talking about from a fan who saw his team grab a whole bunch of red cards last season, and we were playing immaturely, right? They need to grow up. Like if Enzo Fernandez is running around, who's meant to be one of the senior players, smashing into people because his head is too hot, it means he's being immature. If Caicedo cannot keep himself from getting a yellow card or red card, if Fofana cannot do those things, that's immaturity showing itself.
But there's a reason why they behave like that, Olu. It stems from the coach not having control.
Yeah, but also
probably stems from not having a consistent coach.
No, as the coach can only do so much. In the end, the players have to go on the pitch, right? And ultimately, they have to find a maturity to be able to play well, right? Mm-hmm. I think the reality is that a lot of
Enzo Fernandez is at 25 years old.
Yeah, but
with about over 200 games under his belt for club and country.
So what? He's the anomaly, though.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Listen,
but Andre Santos, the guy is coming from the French league. Why are you angry? You're playing for Chelsea. Why are you angry?
Again,
I'm like, I would just stop the kid and say, "Why are you angry? Just calm down." There's no reason for you to go and try to write. Like, why? Why are you trying to fight people? Why are you screaming in people's faces?
One player that's notorious for that is Enzo. I don't know why.
Yeah, but my problem about it is that they're really good players. There is 20% extra that they can do if they focus on the ball and instead of trying to fight. That 20% fighting. That's why every coach would tell you, calm down, you'll play better. Because you'll calm down, you're focused in the game, you're concentrating on your performance instead of trying to fight. I think that is a big part of it, by the way. That's a big part of it.
Also, maybe they're just not as good as everyone thinks they are.
Okay, well, that's where I slightly disagree. The thing with Enzo Fernandez this season, not even this season. I'll just say it like it is. And since he's come into this club, I don't think he's been able to find a comfortable position where he's just consistently good. Like, I make the argument that the first season where he came in under Graham Potter, he looked like his best because he was like as a deep lying six and he was making these great passes and being creative, but we weren't taking advantage of it. The following season, we tried that and teams started to figure out that if you can press him and if you get on him and you get physical on him, you ruin his game and you mark him out of the game and you give him a horrible performance. And it's kind of been that way since. And even today, like, Maresca at least said, okay, let's put him at, and I hate keep bringing up Maresca, but it's like we're seeing how the coaches use him differently. And under Maresca, he was as a box crashing 10, doing a lot of that. Hasn't really been doing that under Rosenior. He's been more of like a left forward, a right forward. And today he was completely absent. So it's a combination of like, some of these players are good, but they're just not meant for this league. And some of these players' roles have been so dumbed down that at some point under Maresca, it's like, I think Enzo's job at this point in the midfield is just to give other players on the pitch, the opposing team, a hard time. So just get in their face, make it uncomfortable, get physical.
Is that kind of the way that the direction the league is gone, though, where everything is about, to an extent, especially in midfield, it's about the aggressiveness, the power, and just kind of playing.
It's not true. Arsenal aren't as aggressive. Man United aren't. Kobe Mainoo and Bruno Fernandes aren't aggressive players. Your players, Nico O'Reilly and Rod aren't aggressive. They aren't aggressive. By the way, the Bournemouth midfielders, Scott, they aren't aggressive players. They are, maybe you're physically is different than being
aggressive. Like the physicality, the power.
Aggressive is different.
Like Newcastle today, right? At their best, they've got Tonali, they've got Joel Linton, they've got
Newcastle
Bruno
have
G.
been aggressive like this,
and they give teams fits, and so everybody tries to replicate that, especially if you're not as skilled. Then you got to be more aggressive. You got to.
But they are skilled.
Yeah,
we
Chelsea
saw today Caicedo making a 50-yard.
Yeah,
we saw Caicedo making a 50-yard line breaking pass. So you got this in your locker. We saw Enzo making these, right? If they focus on the game, they are able to make these passes. The problem is, for some whatever reason, maybe it's they want to prove something to somebody. I don't know what it is. There is another one.
I think it stems from the coach.
They had too many coaches, and it has all been the same. Many coaches, and it has been the same.
Also, isn't it an issue when
how many has Enzo had?
You mentioned Enzo. You mentioned Enzo, right?
5 coaches by now.
4.
Sorry. 6 if you want to count the interims.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Enzo's position moving. Isn't that a problem? Like, a player who is meant to be a talisman should have a set position that every single week, right? He's going to be there. The fact that you have to move him over and over again to either mask his deficiency or to cover something else is an issue, right?
I think part of the issue is you're trying to fit all these players you paid so much of a big price for into one team, instead of realizing, okay, Enzo Fernandez doesn't fit the direction we want to go in. Elliot Anderson is much more suited to do the role that you're making Enzo Fernandez do than Enzo Fernandez is. I would even argue that Adam Wharton would probably be more of a fit to do what you're asking Enzo Fernandez to do this season. Or not even the box crashing, but just in general, just be a presence in the midfield that can get in people's faces.
I'm going to break my fast. Just give me a second.
Go ahead. It's just one of those situations where, like, I think maybe in the summer, Chelsea cut their losses, and potentially if there's a good bid for him, Enzo Fernandez goes. I'm not going to say it's going to happen. It could potentially happen. He just signed with a new agent. Usually when that happens, there's all these talks about contracts and stuff as well in the rumblings. A lot of these players' contracts are going to end in 2028, so it's 2 years. People start, the red flags start to get raised, and you start to wonder, hey, are we going to sign and extend? So the future is questionable for Enzo Fernandez right now, I'll say.
Do you think, I know you're saying that you guys are trending into a different direction with Enzo and maybe he doesn't fit. Do you think now and in the past, maybe his transition of play, build-up play, and not physicality in terms of aggression, but in terms of like speed, mobility, agility, do you think that's been hindering you guys from, like, let's say, playing forward? Because I feel like sometimes, especially on the break, I don't feel like he's as agile as your other midfielders, and sometimes he becomes a liability. But no one ever wanted to call it out.
Sometimes maybe shit, sometimes maybe good, as the great Gattuso said. Like, let's be honest, because like with him, sometimes he gives you that one, like, I don't need to touch the ball's coming towards me, ping it to the winger, boom. And then the problem you have this season with those passes is you have shit wingers. Neto, Garnacho, Gittins. So when they get the ball, they have the touch of a terrorist, and all of a sudden the ball goes boom somewhere else.
But Enzo Fernandez not performing for Chelsea, and Olu mentioning about how he's been further up the pitch, 1 minute he's behind, and blah, blah, blah. Obviously, the constant instability from how everything is set up here. And if you're moving a player consistently, and you said you had 4 managers, right? You said you had 4 managers while Enzo's been here.
Interims, yeah.
And did you say that Graham Potter was the one that played him in that deep lying 6 and he played better? Right, okay. So you guys are trying to...
In my opinion, by the way.
Okay, no, that's fair. So you guys are trying to transform Enzo Fernandez into this box crasher, but are surprised that he's not performing.
I just don't think he's meant for the league, to be honest. I just don't think he's suited for the league.
I don't think it's a league issue, bro, because Jorginho played in this league. He's not physical. He's not
Jorginho was much better at keeping possession.
Yeah. But Jorginho was an intelligent player. Sometimes like the raw attributes of players is one thing. The game intelligence is another thing. Jorginho understood the game from the fact that he looked.
Yeah, Sarri at Napoli though. Obviously that literally helps the progression of a player though.
But it's more than that, right? When certain players have certain physical deficiencies, right? Like they're not as fast, they're not as strong, right? It comes down to what's in there. Jorginho was almost like a coach on the pitch, so he understood how to play the game. Enzo's not that. Yeah, like he looks like he should be that, but he's not that.
He doesn't direct the passes. He doesn't have this like Regista-esque ability that Jorginho had. And Jorginho, one thing he did that was underrated is that people always said, "Oh, if you press him high, he lose." No. Jorginho would sometimes lose the ball when you really pressed him. But when you look at him closely, the guy was almost hard to take the ball off. One of the things he was really good at was maintaining possession and keeping the ball ticking. That's why he set the tempo. Enzo doesn't do that. And I mean, despite all this Enzo talk, by the way, I think the biggest issue was Fofana, the tackle Fofana made, and people are getting onto Fofana, and I will say this right now outright: absolutely not okay for any racial abuse for any player to receive. Fofana seems to always get this at Chelsea, which is a damn shame on my fan base. It's ridiculous.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's disappointing. It's really stupid, and he's cried about it multiple times now, and it just keeps happening. So, I mean, hopefully Fofana can just be the bigger man in that situation and look, just be professional and just focus on training and focus on the football. But it's again, like, this is like one of our best center backs this season, and that happens. It changes the tides of the game, and then we lose. Again, we've had 9 red cards this season. We've had more red cards than home wins this season. It's baffling. And when you look at the game 11 versus 11, we were in control. We weren't convincing. We were boring, and Burnley weren't great, which is a shame too, because we should have. On our better day, we were beating that team 3-0, 4-0. They were so bad. They couldn't string together 3 passes in a row. But yet my team couldn't do anything to get more goals. They were being stupid in front. Some of them were even cocky. Again, Malo Gusto doing a no-look pass. I looked at that no-look pass. Bro, he was looking at the corner flag. Who are you fooling? There's no one there. We know where your ball's going to go, bro. Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, this is ridiculous, man. But, yeah.
I saw this. I don't know if this was for home games or entirely for the whole season. But I saw something that came up after that game that stated that Chelsea have failed to beat the promoted sides. I don't know if it was at home or if it in
home,
totality.
yeah. We failed to beat the
That's-
promoted side this season at home.
And I think weren't you up in every game too?
Probably. Leeds, we were up 2-0. Leeds was worse because we had 11 men. There was no excuses. We were up 2-0 to Leeds, and then we completely capitulated. I think the other one was Sunderland. Yeah, we lost to Sunderland when that stupid goal. We were winning that one too.
Oh, the throw in with the
the throw in, and then the watching the player for 7 seconds before intervening when he's holding you up. Igor Thiago held up Tosin for like 7 seconds before he let go of the ball. This is ridiculous, man. This team, until we fix the defense, there's nothing is going to change. And then I don't trust the directors to fix his defense.
Let me do this comment. Just a question. Are you concerned if Chelsea don't get Champions League? Some players like Enzo aren't going to be willing to wait until they're 27 for a Champions League and ask to leave. Cole Palmer. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for this. I just want to ask about Cole Palmer future at Chelsea. Looks so pissed when he left.
Yeah.
Is he staying at the club? Can I get a Chelsea fan first?
Before you ask, that's a great question, but I just want to also add one thing to it. Can we confidently now can we not say Cole Palmer's world class, please?
No, he's definitely not world class.
The reason why I'm saying this
is you throw that term around way too loosely.
I've heard a lot of players, right, who have people said they need a period of time and a period of performances before we class as world class.
Of like consistency.
So who do you class as world class, by the way, Ollie? Who do you class as world class?
My list will be very, very short. Probably no one right now.
Yeah.
But my thing is this, right? I feel like everyone sets the parameter for what a world class player is, right? But when the player plays for their club, they never hold them to that same standard, right? And Cole Palmer now for 2.5 seasons, or a season, and maybe
watch what you're saying right now.
Almost 2 seasons, he has not played as well as he should have for a world class player.
The thing is though, like I think he's on the precipice. He's very close to being world class. I think before the season started, you could say he's world class. Since the season started with the groin injury stuff, I'm not going to make excuses because he had a groin injury when he won the Club World Cup too. So I wasn't saying, he won the Club World Cup on your head top with a groin injury. I wasn't bragging about it, so I'm not going to change my tone. With the groin injury he's had, you can tell he's dropped the level, but in recent games he's gotten better. Today, he's just missed that opportunity. Like, I will give that to him. Today wasn't his best game. I would say right now he's not world class, but I can't say that if the rest of the season he actually ups it up and ends up dragging us to a UCL final or whatever, or we do something in the FA Cup or even something in the league. Like, if he does it, then I can't retract it and say he's not world class.
He gets injured too much.
He becomes world class.
Of what is world class?
Well,
I feel like the topic of world class is so subjective. So
yeah,
for sure. It's always irrelevant to talk about it. To be honest,
but as far as his contract situation goes, by the way, I'm not worried about it. This guy's on a 11-year contract. His contract is way too long. We could all say, there's a clause there. Okay, until that clause gets activated, I don't think it exists. So if the City fans or the United fans want to go in for him, cool. Fork up the cash then. I'm sure our directors will be more than happy. I'm sure our directors will be more than happy to make a profit off of what we spent on Cole Palmer, 40 mil, and he's probably going to cost you upwards of 150 mil. So if you're willing to cough it up, he's all yours. But until then, you're not. No one's.
He ain't going to cost 150 million. He ain't. He ain't gonna.
He has so much left on his contract. He has 8 years left.
Yeah, it's not. That's the problem. Chelsea fans always talk about
negotiated though.
Chelsea fan, I'm just going to be, this is for everybody. It goes for Arsenal, it goes for everyone. A lot of people talk about player power until it comes to their club. There is a player power here. If Cole Palmer wants to go, he will leave Chelsea. If Cole Palmer decides not to play for Chelsea and go on a strike, he will leave Chelsea. He's an English player. English media will stand behind him, especially if your club actually don't make Champions League. The reason why? Because already the media is against the club already, against the owners. The media is against the owners. He's already saying that they are ruining the club, that they aren't taking the club to the next level. So that if he says, this project is not what they promised me, promises were made, and all the same shit that we hear from every player that say, he will leave the club. And he will leave the club on his terms. It's not going to be 80 million, it's not going to be 70 million, but it will be similar to what Caicedo and Enzo. He's going to say, you bought me for 35, I want to go. You aren't living up to my hype. I am better than your club. He's going to say that. Same as what Isak said for Newcastle. Newcastle stopped investing. Isak said, no, I'm leaving you. You're not.
But Isak
I'm leaving
was on
the
his
club.
way out. His contract was running low.
It's not about, by the way, I'm gonna guys.
3 years
Listen. I just want to say. I want to establish something here. I want to establish something here. The 11-year contract. We are assuming that these players and their agents are idiots and stupid, and they have no advisors around them. They're not idiots. They're not stupid. They wouldn't tie themselves to the 11-year contract without having a back door to get out of it. In case the club goes belly up. In terms things go belly up, like we know.
I don't think.
But
legally
even,
do it.
but
I don't
even
think
if
legally
let's
by
say,
you. So I was going to say, I don't think by you. I don't know if by UK law you're allowed to do that without breaking the clause. I don't know. I have to double check.
Like I don't know. I'm not in the know here. I'm not in the know, but I'm just speaking logically speaking. A player like this would not tie themselves to a club like Chelsea, right? That didn't have Champions League at that time to 11 years. Unless he has written something about the investments and stuff like this and all the things that happen and playing Champions League and stuff like this. I am sure. Otherwise, he's a stupid guy and he's an idiot.
I think also after last season, when you look at the transfer window and you had examples of Gyökeres and Isak, don't you think if Palmer wanted to leave, Chelsea probably don't want to jeopardize any type of like business transaction they can get out of it, of him not playing and wasting money. So probably if he did want to leave, he would get that move.
We're assuming that he wants to leave, guys. We're assuming that it's not. That's not a fact, huh? That's not a fact. We're just assuming it's not a fact, right? Cole Palmer might be in love with Chelsea and he's just frustrated because he has an injury, he has a nagging groin. He's frustrated with his teammates. He's frustrated that was Fofana. Maybe he was frustrated with Fofana that he got red card. We're assuming that he was frustrated with the club and he doesn't want to be in the club. That is just an assumption.
But my thing with Palmer, he isn't the type of guy to move like from City and Chelsea and be like, oh my God, I'm at Chelsea. Wow. Like he's the type of guy that, listen, bro, like I know my level. I know how good I am. And just to touch upon the world-class situation, he's got world-class talent. Right, he had a world-class season in his first year. Second season, cool. He went down a level. This is his third year now. Bro, if you want him to fulfill his potential and be the world-class player that he does have that in his locker, right? He needs to be in a team like a Bayern Munich, like a Barcelona, like a PSG, who will have the managers, to actually improve.
Thank God he didn't say Man United, guys.
No. But listen. No. Listen.
Love you. I love you, Ahmed. You know that.
I told you, man, I'm an honest man, bro, innit? Do you get me? I'm an honest man, humble man, yeah? Bro, of course I would love him to come to Man United, bro. I would love him to come to Man United and do that celebration. That's amazing. He loves Wayne Rooney. You know, Withenshaw, literally 2 minutes away from me. But you see how Elise is, I promise you, if you switch Elise and Cole Palmer, we'd be having this conversation about, is Elise this and is Elise that?
Yeah, 100%.
Do you get what I'm saying? So you always have to think about.
But
go on.
I want to ask one question about Chelsea before we move on to the Man City and then the title race and stuff. If Chelsea don't make Champions League, are they moving into the irrelevancy period of, are you challenging for the title? What are you doing? Especially if they don't get an experienced manager or get experienced players, are you moving into the world of you had Caicedo, you have Enzo, and you have Palmer, but these players had to go to challenge for the titles. We have to be talking about Chelsea being one of the best teams. Is that where you are now?
If we keep going in this direction, Mo, we're just gonna be blue-balled Spurs. That's it. Like, let's be real. Literally, our negotiation, our deal, the way Spurs, everything Ange Postecoglou just said last week, we're doing the same thing. About wanting to be a team, to want to go for the best and improve. We won the Club World Cup. We got 80 million pounds, 100 million pounds out of it. And what do? We get Garnacho. We go and get Liam Delap, who has 1 goal in the Premier League. We're just blue ball Spurs.
No,
you're recruiting names. You're not recruiting profiles. That's the problem. You don't know what direction you're going.
And we hopefully can flip for profit.
Available, and it's just not working. I think Liverpool kind of did that over the summer too.
For us old folks, right? You're just going back to what Chelsea were in the 90s. This is what you were. You were a cup team. you'd win the Intertoto Cup.
I'm not sure though. Chelsea.
We're barely a cup team right now.
No, but I'm saying no. Well, to your point, you said if they're not going to be challenged for titles.
You know, my problem with this is one thing. Is before the season there was the talk about the gap have been closed between them and City and Liverpool and Arsenal, and now we are thinking that maybe next season there will be a gap between them and Manchester United. That's how that's how it's going. Like we were thinking about, like if you are a Chelsea fan, you were thinking about Arsenal, City, Liverpool for the next 2-3 years. Now you are looking up to Man United. You're like,
I said second place this season. I dunked on Souls. I was like, Souls, we're going to finish second place ahead of you. And now look at it. And the thing is, like, this is where I go back. The league isn't good this season. There's no way that Arsenal can have this type of season 2 seasons ago and won the league. So, but this is like my team is dropping the ball. Ahmed's team is dropping the ball. Even City, like they're rebuilding, but the Spurs, we're not even talking about Spurs. They're become so irrelevant to this conversation in Big Six. Where it's just the rest of the league, like we're fucking up. We're not getting the right players. We're not building the right teams, getting the right managers.
Last thing about Chelsea, guys. Last thing about Chelsea.
I'm sick to death of having to explain why Chelsea are good. We're second in the table. We bought PSG off the park. We bought Barcelona off the park. It's time to acknowledge that this ain't the same Chelsea from the banter era. This is a better Chelsea squad that will turn up for anybody that steps up.
That guy behind him is really drunk.
That guy. I want to meet that guy. I want to meet that guy. I want to see that guy. Listen, I've met Lewis. I want to meet that guy. I want to meet that guy. I want to see.
I want to make a quick clarification. So by FIFA law, the 11-year contracts are actually not legal. It has to be a maximum of 5 years. So I don't know what Chelsea have done.
Maybe before.
No, they changed. They literally changed the law because of what Chelsea did.
Yeah.
No, I'm reading it right now, and they said the maximum FIFA allowed.
Yes, that was changed after Chelsea signed these guys.
Okay.
Yes,
maybe so.
Yeah. Going on
I
to
bet the
guys.
Haaland contract too.
Guys, can we get the likes up? We're not even on 100 likes, guys. So can we get the likes up, please? Hit that like button. If you guys are here, we cannot have more votes than likes. So let's get the likes up to 200. Going to City and on the title race and stuff like this. How good were Man City today?
Oh, bro, you know what stood out more to me in that game?
Yeah.
How they defended. Did you get me? Yeah. It's how they defended, bro, because you know what's mad? Newcastle did not have a single sniff. I mean, they got in behind every now and then with long balls. But bro, like they could have easily had about 3 or 4 goals in that game if Semenyo was actually clinical and knew when to pass, because there were a few instances with Semenyo where he should have passed it to Marmoush.
Nico O'Reilly should have had a hat trick.
One chance. The Foden chance towards the end. But you know what's mad? It's crazy how that we're saying that with City that they're in a transition and that they've actually closed the gap to a team that has essentially done the rebuild. Like this is the time to do it. So the fact it's only 2 points behind Arsenal shows you how well Pep has managed his team. Shows you how the mentality does kick in, and Rodri was correct about that situation. So yeah, Newcastle, they were awful, bro. They were awful. And Elanga, it's time to pack your bags and apply.
Oh my God, Elanga is so bad.
He might be the worst signing this season.
$60 million for him.
I got told apparently that it was a mistake United of getting rid of him, and then we ruined him. He's absolutely pants. He's pants, mate. Yeah, I watched this guy week in, week out. He's awful.
He was fighting with Lewis Hall at the corner flag, like he was going to bring a better delivery, and then he had the most.
Hold on.
Yeah, absolutely.
What? Can I get to the City boy, guys, please? Kilk and Tarek. I'm going to start with Tarek. Do you agree with Ahmed that your defending was good? I thought that Newcastle had multiple opportunities when you played the high line in the first half. It could have been
the first half. Yeah, and the first half they had the ability to get in behind because we were playing the center back combination of Guehi and Ruben Diaz. Second half, that got shut down because we brought in Kuzanov, who has that pace to keep up with anybody in this league.
He had a good game.
Yes, and he's a very good center back, and I think there's a lot of people who are still going back to that very first Chelsea match. Even the announcers on the stream here in the U.S.
They won't let that go.
They won't
So
let that
annoying.
man be. He's not
first
that player
impressions.
anymore. Yeah, and so I just think that yes, you're right. In the first
They
half,
won the game.
they got in behind, but we had something for that, and I think that. For all of the talk earlier in the season about how poor our defense was and maybe can be at times, I think we looked pretty good in that second half. Again, we went out and we made the additions that we needed to make in the January transfer window because we're going for it. So we went out and we brought in a Gahey who helps us to, especially with Gavardiol being out. But I'll let Kels talk.
Before I add a big up to you for the super chat, Dithrow FC, Retention FC, Chelsea. Chelsea, big up ad. It's about Chelsea. Crazy super chat ad.
Wild.
It's a crazy super chat. Go ahead, Kel.
No, I think Terry, he basically said what I was going to say. I think that switch at halftime was brilliant. And they were cooking us in the first half. Gordon had a bunch of chances. Alanga was even doing it. So to bring in Husanov and to do it at halftime is big. Because usually Pep waits until the 70th minute when by then maybe they've equalized or something like that. Mm-hmm. But he made that change right when he needed to.
And he was on a yellow too.
A yellow card might have been a factor as well. No, sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was saying he was on a yellow, so that.
Yeah, Diaz was on a yellow, so that again that could have been a contributing factor. But he made that, and then they just didn't really look as threatening the whole rest of the game. I think Aït-Nouri is getting overlooked in this game too. I thought he was exceptional defensively as well as going forward. And Mark Gahey has just been like I thought he was going to be. He's like a 7 out of 10 every game. He's not spectacular, but he is a steady Eddie, and he's very calm. He doesn't lose his head. He never looks panicked. So that was a brilliant signing, especially like Turek said with the Vardiol injury. He's gonna be out all season. But yeah, I just, that was like a professional performance. I think we could have scored more goals. We didn't, but we held on. We won the game. I don't really care. I just wanted to win 3 points. I literally tweeted before the game. I said, I want 3 points. I don't care how. We got 3 points. I'm happy. We're, move on to the next game. That's just how it gets this time of year. Once we know like the title race is on, I don't care about performance. I just want the points, and the team did it today. True. So I have really nothing to complain about.
Ollie, you're looking a bit stressed. Are you good? What's going on?
Me stressed? No way, man. I don't stress about this.
Were you hanging out in the ocean in a cage, and then all of a sudden something came swimming up to
sharks.
you?
No, it was a plankton.
Some big teeth.
Nah, it was a plankton. That's what it was, man. A blue plankton.
Oh, also to go off of something else you said about
you can't trigger me.
Defenses. Just remember, the world's best defense that we've ever seen. We've only conceded 4 or 5 goals less than them. So as terrible as our defense is, we're right up there with the league leaders in defense.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, but as you said, you bought in Steady Eddie to improve that. So
didn't you have the
brought him in
depth
because
in
we
the
had
league?
injury.
Did you have the best window as well in the summer? About the best depth in the league? Yeah, you bought like 6, 7 defenders, center backs.
Can we not go, but before we go to Arsenal, I just want to say something. I think that actually the second half of City was way better for me. I know that people say that the second half was shit. I actually think that the football that City played in the first half is very dangerous. It's borderline Hansi Flick brand of football, which push both fullbacks high on the pitch, very attacking. It looks very good on the eyes. When they're passing the ball, they're creating some chances and everything. But every single time there was a long ball, I'm sure the City fan will have their hand on their heart. It's like every single long ball is a 1-on-1 or a 2-on-2. Every single time they got past your press, it was a clear. And if Elanga has brain and he doesn't have whatever like liver inside his head or something, he would have absolutely, they would have actually tied the game. The guy has zero football IQ. So many times you could have taken Gahey on a run. So many times you could have actually made the right decision. And I think that brand of football is very dangerous with Diaz and Gahey together. It's better with Kozanov. However, I actually like, and I like what happened in the second half. And I said that on MHF with Sam. I actually when City were under immense pressure and you were absorbing the pressure and you were doing all of this. I remember the Wolves game for Arsenal, and I said, if City fumble here, I will say that City have the same thing as Arsenal. But at the end, Arsenal couldn't absorb the pressure. They conceded at the end. They fumbled the 2-1 lead at the end against Wolves. City didn't. City didn't make the mistake because there was plenty of opportunities for Newcastle to force City to make mistakes. There was plenty of long balls with big guys in the A team. City could have made that mistake and they didn't. City were resilient at the end to these long balls.
Huge. Sorry.
No, Donnarumma as well.
Huge
like,
save at the end. Huge save at the end from Donnarumma.
Yeah, but I saw the rest of the team. I thought Matthias Nunes defended us. I thought even Nouri defended us, which is he's always labeled as a player that cannot defend.
That's what we were told in the summer.
Yeah, Sam, I was talking to Sam about this, and I told him, if City win this game 2-1 up, being under pressure from Newcastle, doesn't that tell you that they are focused, that they wanted, that Arsenal let them back into it? That's Sam looked at it from the perspective of City allowed so many chances that Arsenal don't allow. Arsenal don't allow that many opportunities for the opposition. Arsenal don't allow you to get in behind that many times. Like in the first half, if Anthony Gordon could have scored couple, by the way, Anthony Elanga could have had like a couple of opportunities.
You can say the same thing about Brentford, didn't it? Like, they had bad chances.
No.
Brentford had bad chances against Arsenal.
The two chances.
The Wolves did as well.
Yeah, obviously Man City are a lot more.
But Brentford at their ground, they're very good. Think about Man City.
Well, guess who beat them at their ground?
But that's before they actually beat very well. And I can say the same. Arsenal beat Newcastle at their own ground. They lost. Complete the same game.
Oh, they
I'm talking about Brentford
with Chelsea now. And they beat Liverpool at their ground before we showed up.
But when I looked at this game, I actually think that City showed resolution that they haven't shown before. 2-1, 45 minutes, defending for your life. That's something that I gotta praise Pep Guardiola and his setup for. Mark Gay, the general at the back.
As an Arsenal fan, the only thing I'll say is that City don't still look like a machine. That's what scares me. The machine City, the ruthless.
And you don't look like, and Arsenal don't look like a machine either.
No, but listen, that's the point I'm making though, is that the best version of City is when it's almost, there's no emotion. They just go through games. It's 3-0, shut it down. What gives me confidence still is that, like you just said, they can still get got at, right? It's not yet the sort of shut down City that is just ruthless. If that starts to happen, Arsenal's in for, like, we've got to go on a crazy run as well. That's the only thing I could sort of hold.
Yeah, but the whole point is, I actually think, sorry, Amir, I actually think if City win this league, it's not going to be because City are great. City are about to get 70-something points. That's very poor for City standards with the money they spend and with the coach they have and the players they have. It's on Arsenal to win that. Guys, City is still like, I have German Chicken Wing, one of the guys that always watch me, right? His first comment on my video is like, yeah, we won today, but we're not that great. We're not great. This is not that old City.
But that's my point. That's why I said as an Arsenal fan, if I'm looking at it, like City won today. So from an Arsenal fan, you have to look and go, yeah, they've closed the gap, right? But as an Arsenal fan, if I'm looking and going, right, where can I take some sort of insight into what I think might happen for the rest of the season? It's just that City are no robot.
You should have been out of sight.
That's what I would say, is that we shouldn't even be in this conversation as to having a chance to win this league. Arsenal should be far advanced and, double-digit points ahead. The fact that we're in it, in my opinion, is because Arsenal have been very poor. And because you've opened the door for us to still be in it this late in the season, now we have a chance to go on and actually win it, where we shouldn't. Quite honestly, I actually said a couple.
They were down and out.
We weren't going to be in this league. We weren't good enough. I said all those things on my stream because I really believe that we weren't good enough. But you left the door open, and I think when we went and we beat Liverpool, that gave us and gives us the confidence that we still can be that same team. Maybe not the same players, but we have enough players that have the experience of going through these tight title races and coming out victorious on the other side, that we can push them across this line, and you open the door for us.
And the problem with that, and your response, because you played the day before and you won, and you thought you're going to be 9 points ahead. They went and beat Liverpool. Arsenal's response was, let's go and drop 2 points against Brentford, and let's go and drop 2 points against. That was the response. The response was, let's go and drop points.
I agree, but also I'll say this, right? Arsenal have gone first half of the season. We didn't drop that many points, right? So at some point, a bad period was going to happen. It's just happened now, which is unfortunate because it's so close towards the end of the season. So people's perception of what's happening, because listen, City dropped points during the season, right? That happened. Arsenal were bound to drop points at some point during the season, unless we went invincible. So, like, this idea that we let City through, it was going to happen at some point. It's just that it's happened now.
But
and also when you look at statistically, around this point, teams tend to be around 60, 62 points. It's like an Arsenal on 58. So actually, if you look at a trend line, apart from the seasons where like Man City ran away, got 100 points, and Liverpool ran away with it, most seasons teams tend to be at the top of the league tend to be around the 62, 64 points.
But like the other stat too you're overlooking is the fact that at this point this season, you guys usually drop a significant amount of points, whereas City seem to maintain or have more points than you at this point of the season.
We tend to improve in the second half.
Exactly.
That's why I'm the opposite perspective as Olu, and Mo knows because I was on the show the other day and we were talking with Hossam. Like I was a hopeful, like not confident, but like I was like pretty like I don't know, I was like 50-50 that we were gonna win now in terms of the league because this is just like repetitive of dropping points consistently.
February. It's every February.
Yeah, all the time, every year, and I've been for the last 5 years. This mentality shift just happens. I know no one's perfect, and you can't win every game, but sometimes you have to be realistic and look at the way that your team is playing. And if you're a team trying to win the league, and you drop points to 20th place, potentially the most historically one of the worst teams in the Prem, how do you feel confident as an Arsenal fan? Like you can have an off day, but against the 20th place team, you're dropping points like that. And then you see City, they're not maybe playing amazing, scintillating all the time like today. And like everyone mentioned, first half, it was kind of like a basketball game, going back and forth, equal opportunity going back and forth. But second half, they had a much better performance, even though that they were getting like hammered with counterattacks. They were absorbing pressure correctly, and they looked comfortable, at least defensively. For Arsenal, last 2 games, Brentford is a good team as well. They're not amazing. They're not like of a top 6 caliber team. But if you're a title challenging team, you should be going there and getting the job done, no questions asked. I'm not saying win every game. So that's why my perspective is different, because while I don't think City is going to win every single game, I don't think Arsenal is going to win every game either.
The thing is, I was saying this earlier to Arsenal fans, right? If you're going to play this kind of football, it's all fun and dandy until the results aren't there anymore. You could say all this about like, oh, we're playing horrible football. Listen, I know. I had Jose Mourinho. We defended. We had brilliant counterattacks. We conceded 15 goals in one season, right? The record that Arsenal fans were saying they were going to break, and they didn't do it. So
and Centurions.
Yeah. Yeah, drop that in there. But at the same time, it's again like, okay, now you're getting to the point in the season where, okay, your attack is still struggling. Eze not working out the way he was supposed to work out. You have Trossard, who is faking concussion just to get 3 points out of goals. By the way,
can I stop you here? That is not true. They had 2 more subs available and 1 more window.
It wasn't a concussion substitute?
It wasn't a concussion sub. If it was a concussion sub, he wouldn't be available tomorrow. This is a narrative which tells you, which, by the way, I was like you. I believed it.
Hey, listen, I'm all for it. I have the agenda.
I believed it because of, which is the propaganda makes you believe this. I just wanted to clarify this. It wasn't a concussion sub. It was.
Thank you.
It was a regular sub. It was a regular sub.
Again, like all these attackers that you have, Nani, which I was telling, look, Nani has great this and that, looks great, but the end product is not there. Saka also having a horrible season compared to last season. You know, Gyökeres, he had a nice month of February.
I see. I know. I see where you're going with this.
You don't look the same after that injury.
At least with City, they shored up a little bit on the defense, but they had the attack the whole time. If I'm going to play basketball with City, I'm probably going to lose, you know?
But here's a caveat to you mentioning, and like I said, I'm not confident we're winning the league anymore, but just a caveat on your sentence at the end about their attack.
Mm-hmm.
Their amazing attack only has 4 more goals than us, and we're playing shit football. So when we're talking about defense and attacking, that's like semantics because it's not that big of a margin. But regardless, when you talk about the window, because I think earlier on you mentioned like, oh, all the Arsenal fans were saying this is the best window, that. Not everyone online or everyone that was an Arsenal fan was thinking that. You guys are thinking of the Twitter trolls and some of the content creators because you guys really think that Madueke. Don't get me wrong, I wanted Gyökeres.
Oh yeah, there was a petition for him.
I wanted Gyökeres.
Can I go back to the point that Amir mentioned? Can I go back before he talks about the players? Can I get the Europe? This is very important thing that I'm glad I have this panel to discuss it. On the eye, I agree with Marshall. City look better going forward. Attack-wise, City look like they are fluid, they create chances. Oh my God, this is much better. Arsenal and City, the difference in goals is not a lot, if I'm not mistaken. How big is it?
4 goals.
It's nothing, right?
It's 4. And then
it's 4 goals only, right?
Yeah, and then defensively, it's
big chances created.
So
City only created in 27 games 5 big chances created, that's not big. It's 84 to 79. The XG between the two teams is not a lot between the two teams. But why does it look like City have much better attack? By the way, the numbers as well. By the way, I'm going to tell you guys on something. The numbers for City aren't great in terms of like the number of people scored, how many goals the attackers scored. Because Doku doesn't have great numbers. Marmoush doesn't have great numbers. Semenyo is the only one. He's from January. Like Savinho doesn't have great numbers.
Still Phil Foden, just so you know.
But it doesn't matter.
Our second highest scorer is still Phil Foden.
Exactly that's my point, guys. Like the numbers of City are not like high as we think when we watch the game. We think this attack is lethal. They're phenomenal,
Nico
right?
O'Reilly's jumping up the ranks pretty quickly.
But he's a midfielder. Zubamendi got it by himself like 7 GA. Like you get the point, Marshall, where I'm going here.
Well, but on the flip side though, Mo, yes, you can say, well, City's attack looks better, but it's pretty close. But on the flip side, everybody to a person would probably say, oh wow, Arsenal's defense is so much better than City's, and it's really only to the point where the goal differential, we're only behind by 1, as far as goal difference is concerned. So I think both sides you would say, man, Arsenal's defense is world class. They're the best defense in the world.
Not really.
When you look at the numbers, it doesn't say it.
Let me respond to Tarek. Now, there is a stat to measure what you're talking about. It's called the XG conceded, the number of shots on target conceded. And Arsenal are miles better than City. So you see the difference what I'm talking about. It's not only about the goals, it's about the chances you can. We will watch the game. It's not only about the goals, it's about how many chances you concede. Arsenal concede way less chances than City. Way less.
Yeah, and also
you know the difference.
Well, here, I'll give you a little something.
Wait, let me say. I was going to say something very quickly. The thing is this, right? With Arsenal on the defensive side is you don't see Arsenal get caught up a lot. You don't really see because Arsenal's whole system is to get back into position as quick as possible.
Very organized, yeah.
Very organized. So a lot of goals tend to be either long shots because obviously we got a 5 foot 10 goalkeeper,
or a mistake like Sunderland, or a long ball. Sunderland 2 goals, long balls and a cross. You know what I mean?
You don't get many sort of
long throw in from Brentford.
Yeah,
like guys, I'm gonna tell you guys know that Liverpool. I'm gonna give you a stat all to back you. You know, guys, Liverpool have better or very close XG conceded than Man City. They're actually higher on them on the table. 30.2 versus 30.3. You know where Arsenal is? 18. XG conceded. See the difference is massive.
But and then on the attacking side, I think Arsenal don't create a lot of chances. Arsenal just efficient. But the problem is that we're in a league where efficiency right now doesn't matter. You've got to create at a volume. That's what City are very good at. So I'm sure I haven't looked at the stats. I'm sure if you looked at the sort of conversion rates, Arsenal have on the open because everyone talks about open play. I think Arsenal have way less open play chances, right? But the conversion rate would be pretty good. While City will have a hell of a lot more, but would miss more. And that's just the law of averages, basically. So I think
to answer what people are asking. So how does the numbers don't add up? The highest XG in the league are Chelsea and by a big margin. Right? And the lowest XG conceded is Arsenal. But that, when you talk about the numbers, why? If we watch the Arsenal goals that they concede, when they concede a goal, it's a mistake that is lining up in front of somebody, then they tap it in. A lot of times, Donnarumma saved Man City. From like a 0.3 XG or a 0.4 XG. Sanchez, by the way, against Sanchez, tons of time, he would save a 0.3 XG or a 0.4 XG chance. Arsenal concedes from a 0.05 chance or something like this. You could see the goal like this. By the way, Inter are exactly the same. We are the best in XG conceded, but we're not the best defense in the league at all. We concede from very low XG. Arsenal, that is, by the way, you know what is that? It's focus and concentration when you defend. Because low XG goals against you means you're not focused. You're making a mistake.
But why
look at the goal.
Go ahead, Ahmed.
Man City just have better attackers and they're more clinical in front of goal. Simple as that. It's like this. Everyone's just overcomplicating it. Like they just got better attackers and they're more clinical, and that's it. Simple.
That's actually not true. Factually, that's not true. It's
factually is true.
Semenyo today was not clinical at all. Foden is not clinical at all. Marmoush was not clinical at all. Like that notion is not
today.
true.
Nico O'Reilly was.
Kelp, we're talking about the attackers. He's talking about the attackers. He isn't talking about the midfielders.
I said Haaland was not clinical today. He hit one straight.
Yeah, Haaland wasn't clinical. I don't know why, when I watched the game, I agree with Marshall 100%. City look like way better attacking than Arsenal. I don't know why.
Welcome to this side.
You just said no to faction. Wait, you just said...
you don't understand the point. You don't. I don't think you don't understand. Number. Okay, you don't understand. When we watch Manchester City, we see way more fluid attack than Arsenal. But numbers don't back this. Don't back the eye test. They don't.
Well, that's why you need to look at the eye test.
It's not only.
Yeah, but
it's not only.
Because you just proved it. Eye test tells you the full picture, and stats doesn't. Simple as that.
No, it's why I can say the other. I can say that the stat tell you the whole picture because it's measurable. The eye test is not measurable.
This is also where we also get into that argument, right? Where Haaland's a great striker, but you look at the conversion rate. I think João Pedro has a better conversion rate than Haaland this season. I believe. Don't quote me on that. But like conversion rate, like Haaland misses a bunch of chances, but he scores great goals too.
Okay, what he's talking about.
Haaland missed the most. Tariq, I think I was talking to you about this. Haaland missed the most big chances in the league, but he also has the most big chances in the league.
So
exactly.
Trade-off.
He has the most chances for him because he has so many
Mm.
chances created for him. Hence, the number looks like he missed a lot of big chances, but he scored 20-something goals.
Who are you taking, Haaland or João Pedro?
Haaland.
That's not the point.
But it's not even
not the point, though. I'm not even trying to say that as a dig. I'm just saying, like, when you look at, like, this is where Ahmed's saying the eye test, right? When you look at City's football, you see the amount of chances they can create. If they had, like, a super clinical striker, I'm not saying not Haaland, but, like, let's just say, I don't know, Van Persie back in the day or whatever, or Thierry Henry, we wouldn't be talking about who has more goals. It's clear. It's going to be City. So but you look at the set pieces. What's the XG when you have a set piece? And you guys in Arsenal rely a lot on set pieces.
Sorry. I'm going to clarify myself. First of all, Man City actually have a better conversion rate than Arsenal in open play. However, I just looked at it. Arsenal have actually had more shots than Man City this season at goal. So when we talk about like how great Man City's attack is, when you look at the volume of shots, actually, Arsenal actually have more volume of shots than Man City. The idea, what we see.
So you just proved my point that City are more clinical then.
What did I just say, Ahmed? I literally just said I
but it's the
corrected
thing as well, though. It just goes back to what most.
I know, but I'm just saying. What I'm going back to is that what everyone perceives, right? We all have this perception. Man City have got better attack than Arsenal. You expect Man City to have more shots than Arsenal, but actually, the overall volume says that actually it's Liverpool number 1, Man United number 2, Arsenal number 3. Arsenal actually generate more shots and got more shots in the game than Man City.
But
you can't just say.
But can I be honest with you? You see the second goal that City. But you see the second goal that City scored. a winger going inside, receiving between the lines, a striker moving behind the line that was standing at the penalty area. So there's only 18 yards for you to run, making the run, cutting the offside, a midfielder going far post between the centre back and the full back across. I don't see Arsenal doing these things. I don't see it. I watch Arsenal and I don't see these combinations. Like Nico O'Reilly today, the second goal he scored, that's a Gundogan trademark. Far post between the fullback and that's a Gundogan.
Okay, with Man City,
it's a definite Gundogan. That's a Gundogan goal. I think Gundogan scored that goal probably like 20 times.
Yeah,
in his career at City.
With Man City's attack, right, I'm going to involve guys like Ryan Cherky, you got Semenyo, you got Haaland, and you got Foden, right, in comparison to Gyökeres, Saka, Martinelli, and Madueke.
Not even close. Not even close. It's not close.
Say it again. Wait, say it again.
Madueke, Bukayo Saka, Victor Gyökeres, and Martinelli and Trossard in comparison to Ryan Cherky, Phil Foden, Erling Haaland, and Semenyo.
Yeah, they're clear.
And Marmoush today. Every time Marmoush today got a pass. Every time he got the ball, past the guy.
He shouldn't have got subbed off, to be fair.
Yeah, I think he should have stayed on. I thought
Semenyo should have been subbed off.
I
was like, Marmoush was having a good game.
No,
so only proved the point
Pep Guardiola doesn't like Egyptians. I'm saying it out here.
Oh, don't
like
do
Egyptians. He doesn't like Egyptians. I'm saying it
here. Don't do that.
He likes Ghana more than Egypt. I said it here.
Again, Ole just proved the point about Man City having better conversion rate. So
yeah, no, you're right. You're in the conversion rate.
If you're gonna say that, Mo, you gotta say he likes Algeria. Because we had Mahrez and Aït-Nouri. Come on.
And Ryan Cherky has Algerian lineage.
Yeah.
But
anyways,
in the time, if we're talking about that, I want to do the super chats first.
Coming back to March bets, man.
Let me do these super chats because this is very interesting. It's a very objective conversation. Finally, without banter. If Arsenal lose the North London Derby and Carabao Cup final, is it over? What do you mean over, Ad? For Arteta, I actually think this is my opinion, Ad. Right?
I think that season.
If at any point during the next month, Man City are ahead of Arsenal on the table and they lose the Carabao Cup final, on that day, Arteta should say, thank you so much. I apologize for everything I did. I built the team. I got you where you are. Great job, Mikel Arteta. He's done a fantastic job building this team where they are. Thank you so much. I'm done. I think. Because if Man City get ahead of Arsenal and they lose the Carabao Cup Arsenal, I think it's finished from here. I think it's finished.
Chelsea, you have one job in your life, okay? Lose to Arsenal.
They're gonna lay on their belly. They're gonna lay. They're gonna lay on their belly.
For you guys.
They're gonna lay on their belly.
Okay. If I'm gonna do this for me,
big up. This is a very good. Why was Declan Rice world class on Sky Sports doing a therapy session after Wolves? Is this what league champions do?
Do you understand what media duties are? They actually contractually have to have some of these things. So.
But can I ask you something, Olo, before we go to the rest of the super chats? Okay, I'm going to come to the super chat. Let me just do quickly. I think it's the difference in how both teams are scoring. Yes, 100%. City more score that through passes, the more entertaining goals. Arsenal score different type of goals. So yes, Fonzie, you're spot on. Simple, Mo. Open play versus set play effectiveness. Yeah, that's another one as well. Another one. Shots on target as well is very close, but maybe it's set pieces as well. By the way, I'm just going to say this here on Footy Judge Mo. Arsenal are not set piece FC. Proudly, I am a very proud Inter supporter. We overtook Arsenal in top 5 leagues in set pieces by one goal.
I can't say it either.
And I'm so proud of this, actually. We overtook Arsenal
have a lot too.
in set pieces.
I think Chelsea lead the league in set piece goals, to be honest.
Chelsea and Man United have more set piece goals than Arsenal.
Yeah.
In the top 5 league, Inter now are number 1 in Europe in set piece goals. 15 goals in the league.
Wow.
I tell you what, we are flat track bullies. We start the season with hella set pieces and then it just dries up. The same thing happened last year.
I want to come back to a question. If Spurs had their full squad, I would back them to at least a draw. But with 13 players out, there is no chances Arsenal lose, especially after the criticism they are under, and even with Kai and Odegaard back. Anybody here? Thank you so much for the super chat, man. Appreciate you, Tron. Thank you so much. Anybody think that Spurs can get something tomorrow? I actually think it's a possibility.
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think with the way we've been performing,
At best,
I think there's a chance. I
think
they could get a draw.
Ollie, what's wrong? Come on, you should be beating Tottenham. To be fair,
Listen,
manage your bounce.
In the words of Mr. Vince McMahon, there's no chance in hell.
Yeah.
I don't know. If 20th place Wolves
Can I actually think that there is a possibility Arsenal drop points. There is a possibility in Arsenal drop points.
We're
It's
about to
not a
open the Ego
0%.
Tudor, man. I'm just saying.
It's not a 0%. Nabar,
Ego Tudor was relevant when I was playing.
pick up my man for the super chat. Guys, we got about 500 people in the house. Can we get the likes up a little bit? We don't have enough likes. The like button looks like thumbs up underneath the live chat. Check it out, guys. Close the live chat. Hit the like button. Let's get at least to 300 likes live. Also, check out MHF. Check out OK Jersey. Use the code MHF to get shirts like this. Very good ones. Some people got theirs, and they're very good quality, so go and get them. Very affordable. If you haven't checked them, check them out. Thank you, Nova, for being a Declan Rice. I just want to go back to a conversation. Someone said world class Declan. So why is Declan Rice world class, and Palmer isn't world class?
Did I say Declan Rice was world class?
No, so you don't think he's world class?
I think the comment said it.
No. He's asking me like I said it.
You're saying it sarcastically, though.
Do you want to ask me if he's world class?
Yeah.
Or not?
I'm gonna ask you: is Declan Rice world class?
I don't think so.
Okay. Fair enough.
But I also don't think I said it's world class. So stop clapping.
No, it's fine. That's not a tit for tat. I'm just at least we're getting honesty.
Can I ask a question to the City people as well? Do you guys think mentality is going to play a part in this title race? What I mean, sheer will in this title race, or is it only quality?
Oh, I think it will play a huge part.
Ask Gabriel Magalhaes after the last minute winner. Him on the floor
crying.
That was
too busy crying.
Yeah. Sorry, wait, okay, sorry. Okay, let me ask a question. Let me say this. If you concede a goal in the last minute, what do you expect him to do? Clap?
We've done it multiple times this season and nobody's cried.
No, they were frustrated. Can
I correct you? Literally, Rodri literally cried about a conspiracy theory against the whole club in the media. He literally cried. He almost cried about he don't want us to win. We want so much. He almost cried. So Kelk, don't do this. He literally cried.
What did our players do when we gave up the equalizer?
It's so much for mentality. If you lose a game and you go cry in the media. If you draw a game and you go cry in the media, that's the definition of crying. It's the same as.
Wasn't there players blaming about the football and how it was shaped and the wind and all of that? Like everyone said something.
That was AFTV.
What are you on about, Ahmed? You're just making.
Can we go back to the conversation that I wanted to?
Can Arsenal fans never cry about the referees? Stop.
Does every fan cry about referees? What are we doing? I'm sorry. I hate this. Sorry.
Mo, this goes to conversation though, because I think part of it is the Arsenal fans' mentality as well. It feeds onto the players.
No, this is nonsense.
No, you're getting no. Here, let me say something. Wait, let me say something. When you're talking about the Arsenal fans and how they feel feeds onto the players, you're getting paid millions of dollars. Who cares what the fans think? They don't
think about it like this. They don't think about it like this. No, they don't. No, it's confidence. If
United is complaining about a dude's haircut, so and saying that adds pressure.
If you ask any if you ask any professional footballers, there are the media effect. There are the people that talk about it. Effect. They actually get affected by how the fans feel in the stadium. They get affected by the noise around. And by the way, it's not about because they get millions. You don't have they do have. They sense how the fans are feeling. They sense the pressure. It's every club, by the way. It's Real Madrid, Barcelona, every club, Bayern, every club feels the pressure.
Social media with their little burner.
100%.
Okay, but I've only been to one Arsenal game, right? But from what I've been seeing from the content world for like the last 3-4 years, is everyone typically says the vast majority of fans that go to the stadium for Arsenal games, they're all backing the players. They're all backing the club. They're all backing Arteta. So in the stadium during the game, what is your excuse? They're not watching the media before the game. They're not watching the media while they're warming up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And also,
I guarantee you, though, the second they get off of the pitch and go into the dressing room, the first thing they do is open their phones and look at social media, and they won't feedback off of what the fans are saying.
But the match is over at that point, right? Whatever's happened is whatever's happened. Like for example, even the goal we considered against Wolves, it was a communication error between Raya and Gabriel. It wasn't a oh my god, what's the pressure going on here? No, they made a mistake, and that was it. Like
But
sometimes
there's a
as fans,
nervousness in the stadium, is what I'm
that's-
getting about.
yeah, but Man City were nervous at some point during the game, right? It happens. Any team, when you guys were playing Burnley today, you were nervous going to the last 10 minutes. If it's only
I
one
was
game,
nervous because I
one
saw
goal.
Tosin, bro.
Yeah, but you can't compare a team.
There
Yeah,
is-
you can't compare,
sorry, wait,
you
let me
can't
finish.
compare
Let
a
me
team like
finish.
Chelsea.
I mean, 1 second.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Yeah.
There is no team in world football who would, if there's a 1-goal difference going into the last 10 minutes, the fans will not feel nervous. We're human beings.
It's
Even me
Wolves.
watching-
Hold
It's
on. But it's
Wolves.
called the mentality. It's called the mentality.
Yeah.
Now comes the question.
It's in
Why
here.
didn't City crumble today? Why didn't City make a mistake today? Why they were so composed at the end?
No, it
Why
is
did I
about
see them
mentality.
even composed and passing the ball around at the end? That is the one. Is that going to play a big part in the season, in the end of the season?
Yes.
Ah,
course.
100%.
Because-
That's why if they win the
Because-
Carabao Cup, if City win the Carabao Cup, they win the
Yeah.
title. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
But we have a lot
That'll
of
be
players who've
demoralizing
been
for
there and done
Arsenal.
that, and they play games. Like
So if-
Bernardo
so
Silva
wait.
has won 6 titles. Erling Haaland has 2 and a treble.
Rodri.
Rodri has 4 or 5. I think he has 4 titles, maybe 5. He's been there through all that. Like Ruben Diaz has 4 titles. Like these players know what it takes to get over the line, and it's
I
a
heard
lot of them who are all on the pitch. Donnarumma just came from a treble-winning team. Like he knows how to get things over the line, and I
hear
think
that.
Arsenal is lacking that. Like
I hear that. So
there's a couple
if-
of players who've won trophies, but nothing consistently and nothing like
Substantial.
major.
Gabby's won
I
his
hear that.
with City.
I hear that. So, but if City was to drop points next game, would you say what was their narrative? Because I think it's so easy for us as fans.
But
to
you're
sort of
jumping too
come
much.
up with no. But the point I'm trying to make is this: it's so easy for fans to come up with this sort of narratives. Oh, it's this mentality, so on and so forth. Every game happens in isolation, right? And sometimes you just have to take the game for what it is. This is why I don't like to like. I understand the mentality thing. I understand the.
It's not
sort of
really a
the
narrative.
belief.
It's based on facts, though.
It's not based on facts because
It
every
is.
game is
It's a
different.
recurrent
Every
theme.
game is different. It's not. Every game is different.
No, but with
It comes
Arsenal,
down. It comes down to quality of. It comes down to the quality. I always think this: the team that wins the league is the team that's got the most quality over the season because it is. It's a marathon. You have to play well.
it's not always based
for
on
38
quality.
games. No, perceived quality of the player versus quality of a team is different. You don't have to have the most skillful players in the world to have a quality team. Leicester showed it. They played well as a unit, right? So over 38 games, it shows how good
And
the
they had
team is
difference makers.
over
though.
the season. Yeah, I heard that, but I'm just saying over
That's a,
38 games.
that's
is
a
what it
good
shows.
point, Ahmed. Who
Yeah.
has the more difference makers between the two teams?
Man City, for sure.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, but
one thing
I disagree with Olo, actually. I disagree with Olo. Mistakes come from focus, come from belief, come from being strong mentally on the pitch. Some players just make mistakes when they're under pressure. They crack under pressure. I'm not saying that Arsenal will
Yeah.
or City won't, because this season, City, against Spurs, they crumbled in the second half. Today they didn't give up, like they didn't give something, but against Spurs they gave up 2 goals. They were 2 goals ahead. Against Chelsea they were cruising in the game and they gave up that Leeds that game.
Like-
you know what I mean? Like City also showed some crumbling this season in the second half. It's a problem that happened. They almost fumbled against Fulham, but that was way back. What I mean is
I
that
was
at
going
the
to
end of
say,
the season,
I think it's the mentality might have shifted. I truly
here's
believe
Liverpool.
that there
But
was a
can I-
shift in that
Liverpool.
Liverpool match because
Exactly.
we were
Yes.
the game was almost over. We were pretty much out,
Yeah.
and if we lose that match, then there's no conversation
Then it is
about a title race. And what we showed is that one, we're not going to quit, and we showed that heart of champions. And I think that mentality, that Liverpool match feeds the next match. It feeds the Newcastle match.
yeah.
It feeds the next one, and it just continues to build. So now we go into Leeds because everybody thinks, okay, we're going to go to Leeds. It's going to be a difficult game, and it probably will. But we have what 7? Well, I think it's
Yeah, we have 7 days off.
8. Well, we got eight games unbeaten, right? I think it was 5 wins, and then we did a draw, and then we had 3 more, right? So it just continues to build. It just continues to build, and I think that mentality that you're talking about, every match that we win, it just builds. It builds, and we've been there before.
I heard.
Well,
I think that last 10 minutes of Liverpool game, this is where Man City believe that they can go and win the title. You
Yes.
winning at Anfield after
And-
being 1-0 down, this 1-0 down at Anfield will be any team. Like, we're done. Man
I
City
hear
going, winning that game and getting 3 points made them believe.
I hear
And
that.
you know what it was?
I also
It was our
think
captain carrying us over the line. He literally took us on our back and said, He's getting up there in age, but he said, "Look, I got this in me," and he took the team and he carried them to the win. So I have to give him credit for that.
I just think Man City are a quality team as well. And when you've got good quality players, you pull out results. Like if this was, I don't know, Brentford doing this to be 1 point behind, I'll
that's where I disagree with you.
I just think no.
Brentford are in Europe right now, so they're actually pretty good.
No, not even that.
The point. Sorry, I'll let you go. The point I'm trying to make is that Man City have got quality players, so there's no way on earth they would not be good enough to win games.
Mm-hmm.
I just look at it that way.
I just think you're right. Man City do have quality players, but let's not sit here and pretend that Arsenal don't have quality players either. Like, you guys have good players. I'm not going to sit here and say Eze's a wash player. I'm not going to sit here and say that Bukayo Saka's Finnish. I'm not going to sit here and say that, like, even Martinelli or Trossard can't be better than where they are at. I think the stem and the root of the problems come from the way Arteta wants to control the game and the anxiety that gives the players of, oh, if I fuck this up, I'm not going to play this game. Oh, I have to do this. I think it stems a lot from the manager. I can't lie to you. And even this bottle mentality, this nervousness that could be instilled in the players that we saw against Wolves, that we saw in previous. I think it comes from Arteta.
Yeah, but Marshall,
really genuinely do.
I hear that, right? But they tried the attacking route. There's a reason why they're playing like this. Mm-hmm. Do you get what I'm trying to say? They've tried the attacking route. They missed out on 2 points, and like, you know what, Arteta has switched it, and he's trying a different version.
But
so of course, go on.
No, Ahmed, I get you, but that's been the best version of Arsenal we've seen in these past 4 years. 100%. And if you take that version of Arsenal this season, they would have ran away with the league. They would have ran away with the league last month, 2 months ago. I genuinely believe that, because that version of Arsenal, I was actually nervous. I was actually worried that, these guys, they're keeping clean sheets and they're scoring like 8 goals a game. Like, they were fluid. They had the best of both. Eventually, they started to capitulate a little bit towards the end, but it was until the end of the season. At this point now, we're there's a genuine title race going on where at any point the tides can switch. We weren't having this conversation in February back then.
I think that's the benefit of the capitulation of Arsenal. Now, everyone that wanted to see a title race, they're going to see one. But for who knows how long.
Yeah,
we've got to shoot.
Yeah, but I'm going to be honest with you. If you lose the league and the City team win the league, I think it's not good for anybody but Manchester City.
Yeah,
I'm being honest, and people don't understand this. This is nothing against Man City, but if Pep Guardiola in his bad season, in his transition season, go and win the league, what gives hope to anybody else next season unless he leaves? People think that it's like, oh, you don't like City. No, it's better for the league to have City winning it, Liverpool than Arsenal, because next season Man United will say, oh, maybe we can. Maybe we can come back to the fold. If City win it this season, I know it will be for Arsenal. City will be winning 7 out of the last 9, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
7 out of the last 9.
You don't need to say that.
You don't understand. 7 out of the last 9 is literally Man United over again. Man United under Fergie were like, whoever tried, Man United will win it. It's so I think it's hard for the league to. You need Pep to leave. And I know that people think, oh, you hate City. No, I don't. It's just if it was Aston Villa, if it was Chelsea, I would have said the same. For the league, if Arsenal collapse here, it might be on Arsenal. City winning it, because all of us, let me just ask you guys, all of us, if City win it this season and we have a conversation in the summer and I ask you who's the favorite, what are you going to say?
Chelsea.
You're not going to say Chelsea. You aren't going to say Chelsea. You aren't going to say Chelsea. You aren't going to say Chelsea. You're going to say it's City again. Everyone will say, well, Pep Guardiola will have more players and he will win the league again because he won the league in the transition season.
Yeah,
he will win it. If he gets a couple of more players in the summer, he'll definitely win it. You know what I mean? He will win it. That's my point. However, if I'm looking at this Arsenal team, Arsenal need to be better to win the league. Actually, I don't think that currently that this Arsenal that we saw in the last 2 games will win the league. Arsenal need to go back to the Arsenal that didn't have shots on target, that scored 4 against Leeds, that scored 3 against Forest. This Arsenal that we saw in the last 2 games is not going to win the league. It's not.
Yeah, but again, that's the last 2 games. That's the problem. It's like, what were the games before that? Like
Leeds and Forest. You won 3 and Sunderland, Leeds and Sunderland.
And United.
Yeah, and United as well. Okay, you have to put your dig in there. But I'm just saying, like, see what I mean? Like, you could, if you take a small period of time, you can always make a narrative. You have to look over a stretch to be able to sort of make a foregone conclusion. In the end, listen, the team.
I'm not making a follow. I think it went from being 70-30 to 50-50 within 2 weeks. And it can change. You know what? If City lose to Leeds and you win against Chelsea and Spurs, that might change. It's a fluid situation. And who made it fluid? Arsenal, not City.
Yeah, it's always every season, it's Arsenal that's causing the harm to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's never the other, like City, of course, those other seasons, they were amazing. But like for this season, we've just been our own enemy. And like you said, if it would be a similar situation, I think if Arsenal could get a win against both Chelsea and Spurs, maybe their mentality might shift. But
100%.
Am I confident about that? No.
Because that's the
Guys,
thing
I
too.
tell you,
could,
go ahead, Marshall.
You know, I was just gonna say, you could say, oh, it's just the last 2 games, You guys have only won 3 games in the last 8 Premier League matches in 2026.
Yeah.
So it's not like your form in 2026 has been good.
So as City before today.
Yeah, they had the same record before today.
See, this is what I mean.
We have a title race.
This is what I mean. Like when you
so as City before today, they won 3 out of the last 8 Premier League games.
It's my agenda. I'm
no,
sorry.
but see, this is what I mean. Like when you take a step back.
Did you see exactly the point? 8 games, they exactly had the same points.
That's what I'm saying. If you take a step back and you look at things objectively, actually the picture, you start to realize the biases that you might have actually doesn't match that. Arsenal and City have got the exact same sort of win-loss record. It's just that City have lost more games than Arsenal have, right? That's all it is. But we've both dropped points in 10 games. It's literally the same. So this is where it's just like, that's what I'm like, whoever wins the league deserves to win the league. And you got to say City have done well because they've also won, was it 20?
It's recency bias, how it looks.
Yeah.
It's recency bias. Why people think that City will win the league, it's recency bias. But if you go back enough and you look at the last 8 games, it's the exact same point tally for both teams. Exact same. Today. If Arsenal win tomorrow against Spurs, it's the same exact point tally for the last 9 games. If they're matching each other.
Like from
also,
but can I say something before you come in? But can I say something before? Can I say something, guys? Can I say something? I actually think that City, the number of points they dropped, the number of games they lost, the number of games they drew, City are doing exactly what I expected them to do in the beginning of the season, finish in the mid-70s to 80 points, right? I expected Arsenal and Liverpool to be in the mid-80s to high 80s. Here, this is what I said. I said in my beginning of the season, I said that Chelsea and City will be in that situation, and Arsenal and Liverpool will be higher on the table. Liverpool falling off completely, and Arsenal shouldn't be winning 3 games in the last 8 games. Arsenal should be winning 5. Hence, the distance should be better. The way we look at it now is because Arsenal are dropping. City are exactly doing what all of their fans said. We want to challenge, but we don't think we'll win the league this season. We are in the transition season. The players are new. Arsenal look better. The problem is Arsenal are the ones dropping more points than what we expected. Not the other way around. City are not collecting any more points. If you ask anybody in the beginning of the season, how many points do you think City will get? Like 75, 78, and 80. So how many points win the league? 90.
Arsenal could still finish on 91 points if they won every single game.
Are you gonna win every game?
No, but I'm saying, but no, it's not that. I'm just saying that the reality.
Can I respond to a comment? I think you're too stubborn that you don't. The problem is sometimes I feel like what I'm saying is too complicated for people that just want to say the same thing. You said this and you said that. You said this and you said that. I know it's complicated. I know it is very complicated. Sometimes, I'm sorry, I need to simplify things more than this. City are doing exactly what they're supposed to do, what I expected them to do. Arsenal are underperforming what I thought they would do this season. And Arsenal are underperforming for how they started the season. I hope that made it easier for you.
But still, I was going to say, City can still finish on what, 89 points? Like they're not as bad as people are making it out to be when you look at it.
That's if they win the last 11. If they win the last 11 games all over.
Right.
But this is also the same team.
The point. But that's my point. Now now you're coming to my point, which is you just said if they win, so you don't expect them to win.
Nobody, even City fans will tell you we're not going to win 11 games.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to go 11 for 11.
So, all Arsenal needs to do is
and I don't see you winning 11 games.
All Arsenal have to do is just match City pace for pace.
And I think
but we're going to skew this for a while. It's going to be that game in hand. Because we don't know when the Crystal Palace game has to be rescheduled because of the Carabao Cup final, and we don't know when that's going to be. So this could be very skewy for a little while with the game in hand. And also, it's huge that we play each other too.
And also,
and by the way, that game, a lot of people are saying it's a given that City will win that game, and I don't think so. I don't think so. I genuinely believe that Arsenal can go to the Etihad and get a draw.
Nastiest low block. Listen, you guys thought you've seen Haram football. Oh, we are about to go for the nastiest low block you've ever seen.
Well, I don't know because last time when
Amir, go ahead, Amir.
When they came to us at the beginning of the season, they kind of got that goal first, and then after they sat back. So I wonder how Pep is going to approach it now with the way that they've been playing. So that will be an interesting game.
So you think Pep will sit his players in the halfway line?
No, I don't know how he's going to play because when they came to us at the beginning of the season,
well, if you have Madueke and you have the donkey Martinelli, he's not going to cause any harm. Like it happened. Yeah. Like it just happened. Like City sat today on a halfway line, and the Elanga, the Martinelli 2.0, just didn't cause any harm. It's the same.
Bro, Mo's giving up on the Madueke trade.
What is that? City parked the bus?
Are you giving up, Mo?
No, this. Oh, that's what
yeah, that's crazy.
That's what the comment says.
Let me see this. Caicedo, Casemiro, Carrick, Maino, world class. Caicedo's not world class. Casemiro's not world class. Carrick's not world class. Maino's not world class.
AD's just a good bro. Hey, big up AD.
I don't think any of
big up, Ed. Big up, my man.
He's
if Klopp was managing Arsenal, they would have 2 titles.
He
I've been
has
seeing that a lot this weekend.
He has 1 title in the Premier League. That's not.
Yeah, he has 1 title and came across a Man City team that is much superior than the one that you're facing. Much superior.
But we just would never know.
What do you mean we never know? Common sense.
Would never. It's not common sense.
What do you mean you never know? What's this about the semantics about this whole? Oh, we never know, bro.
You just would never know.
Yeah, if we know that Liverpool, right? If this was Jurgen Klopp prime Liverpool, yeah, and it was coming across this Man City team, bro, Liverpool would wipe the floor with the league.
Who did he have in comparison to Arsenal's players? Are you telling me Mane?
Hold on, you're not gonna just tell me that Arsenal players aren't great, because I remember at the beginning, not you personally, but Arsenal fans across social media told us that they had the best squad.
And you said Victor Gyökeres, the best striker in the world.
We will never know.
First of all,
Rice is the Ballon d'Or winner.
First of all.
No, but Marshall, there's facts in it, bro.
Wait.
Nobody is laughing. He knows it's true.
Wait. First of all, I called Gyökeres the Swedish Højlund 2 years ago, so you're not going to trigger with him, okay? 2 years ago, and I'm pretty sure it's recorded on the show. I said that guy's not as good as people think he is. So that's the first thing. Second of all, having the best squad doesn't mean having the best individual players. Squad is a collection of 25 players, which means that if you take one player out, you've got sufficient quality to be good enough. Exactly. Mm-hmm. I think, personally, Mane, Salah, and Firmino are individually better than any player Arsenal has right now. So there's no way on earth you could tell me that Klopp would have got the best out of this team. Maybe he would have, maybe he wouldn't have. But we will
Can I tell you guys something for real? Madueke, Saka, Gyökeres.
Liverpool trained under Klopp. No, they weren't.
The front six of Arsenal together probably isn't equal to Salah his prime, for example.
Stop with this Egyptian hype job you're doing right now, man. Yeah.
I mean, Salah's prime is like an all-timer. So
look his face. He just wanted to do that.
That was wild.
I'd say Salah today is probably better than most of our.
If you have Salah last season, his own, you would have won. You would have walked the league. Just Salah last season, you would have walked the league.
I think Salah this season would probably be better.
Bro, you're
relax.
Bro, Mohamed Salah last season broke your GOAT's Premier League record in goals and assists in one season.
He didn't get 20 though.
He got 47 goals and assists. Goals are more important than assists. Just
you can't fight against this. I don't know what you're doing.
He literally broke the record.
In 2026, Madueke or Mo Salah?
Salah's washed.
I think Wash Salah is better than Madueke.
Come on.
I'll be real.
I'm taking Wash Salah.
I'll be real. Mohamed Salah is right foot, probably.
Salah is washed. But every time I watch it, he just runs into players now.
So you take Madueke over Mohamed Salah?
Listen, Madueke doesn't know what he's going to do next.
I want a clear answer. Don't beat around the bushes. I just want a clear answer.
Know, by the way. We will never know.
I just want a clear answer. Would you take Madueke?
I would take Madueke because he doesn't know what he was going to do next. At least I can just say he's unpredictable. Salah,
let me do this. The quad is on for 2027. United. Man United fans, guys, wallahi, we're not ready for Man United being good. Wallahi, we're not ready. We're not ready.
I want to see. I want to see how
I tell you, we haven't lived it. We haven't lived an era on social media where we can talk on YouTube or Twitter or something where Man United are good. We haven't yet. It's gonna be long for everyone. Imagine Vinny Jr. and Palmer at United. It's over.
Vinny Jr.
Where are they gonna play?
Vinny Jr. on the left.
Doesn't watch Real Madrid. If
No, I know, but you got Emblemo, you got Cunha, you got Bruno. They just got Sesko.
I can't listen.
Where are they gonna play?
Bruno's like 32,
Wait,
though.
Mo,
He's not going to be around much longer.
Yeah, Momo, you know my stance on Salah here. I'm not going to lie. I don't think Nani over Salah.
You know, Ahmed doesn't like Salah. You know, Ahmed doesn't like Salah. But if you ask Ahmed Noni or Salah, bro,
I'm taking Salah twice on a Sunday and every day on every week, bro. Are you crazy, bro? I don't care if he's washed. Yeah, and that's actually rich coming from. I don't even rate Salah like that, but bro, I'm taking him any day.
Arteta, listen, Arteta's about to bottle a significant league lead for the second time close to an end. Klopp wouldn't.
What are you on about?
Well, Jurgen Klopp had 5 points lead with 12 games left, and he bottled the league, and he actually finished. He finished 9 points behind the league leaders, Timo, just to let you know. Klopp had a 5-point lead on the second team, which was Man City, and he finished 9 points behind Man City that won the league. Timo, it's just a fact. It's just a fact. That is just a fact, Timo. Just get your facts straight. That's last one. Someone take away ad credit card.
Now keep it coming, bro. Keep it coming.
Yeah, please.
Keep sending them in.
I'm hearing some of these things.
And then give him Fonz's credit card. Yeah, give him Fonzie's. Take Ad's credit card and then give him Fonzie's. Run up Fonzie's bill.
Fonzie, what are you doing here? Big up, wallah. Anyway, before we go on, Tariq, of course, channel is in the description. Live every Tuesday, of course, evening, of course, on his channel. He's on LB channel as well. Sometimes he's in the Mancunian way, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. He's in a lot of City fan channels as well. Tariq, fantastic panelist, of course, as always. Kelk, you'll find her here on the Football Terrace, on Egal's channel as well, on other channels as well. Casual FC is the Chelsea therapy. If you are unsubscribed to, if you are a Chelsea fan, you're unsubscribed to Marshall, Casual FC, you are missing out massively, actually.
The music in the background.
Casual FC.
Therapy FC. I'm not gonna lie.
Therapy FC now.
Can we ban Danny Courier on this? Because he's getting on my nerves right now. Hey Danny, I'll speak to you on Wednesday. It's a joke. Me and Danny are cool.
So Casual FC, of course, and Ahmed, Manchester. Your channel is gonna boom when Man United win the league next season. I know that it's gonna happen.
Oh my god!
I know.
Don't invite me on panels.
Never cutting it there.
I know it's gonna happen. Big up Danny. Wallah, Danny. Danny. Big up Danny. I think I did a show with Danny back in the days. You know that.
Danny, I'm telling you, we are smoking you tomorrow, and on Wednesday you better show up. Sorry.
On what panel? Does he show up on panels?
I go on Spurs Kings TV. Ugh, disgusting.
Danny, why don't you come? Danny, come to my channel tomorrow then. We'll see you guys. We'll see how it goes, people. Appreciate everyone that joined us. This will take you to Sarcasm City TV, Flawless channel. Of course, I will see you guys Next ad. Big up Ahmed United legend.
Come
Big
on
up,
now.
man.
Come
Big
on,
up,
bro.
man.
You guy.
I will see you guys. Text me, Danny. Please text me on Twitter and Instagram. Please do.
No,
Text
don't
me.
text him. Don't text him.
We'll see you guys. We're out of here, people.
Peace.